Hello and welcome back to the 25Ks in GeoGuessr. So, this is gonna be fun. Um, I can't just save all of the difficult countries for the end. First off, because if I'm just gonna start off with all the big countries and then end it with like Lesotho, Kyrgyzstan, Luxembourg, anything small, then people are just gonna be not interested, probably. So, I've decided. Well, going through the continents, I've done Europe, then I've done Asia, next is Africa. I've decided to go for Lesotho next, mainly because it's not been that long since we've played it in a Reddit league, so I've still, hopefully, uh, got some information of the country saved in my brain. As you can see right here, I've got the third highest score on the map with 24,958. No one has ever gotten 25k on this map, which is not making me particularly hopeful for this idea, but we're gonna try. The main problem here in Lesotho isn't necessarily getting the right location, although that is relatively difficult in and of itself. The main problem is that there's not much to go off of in terms of pinpointing. There's not a lot that helps you with that. So it can be very difficult to get a perfect score because you also have to be relatively close, of course, Lesotho being a relatively small country. But we can't really do anything other than try. So I'm going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. Well, I should. Oh, I shouldn't. You know what? I'll be right back. So, after being dumb on my first attempt and not clicking on challenge, this time we're gonna start for real now. So let's go. Alright. Okay, this is not a particularly good start. We sort of start in a bit of a curve, which might help. But that's about the extent of helpful information around here. And I'm going to assume we'll have to move quite a bit. What does this say? Lesotho something project, probably. Nothing that'll tell me anything about where we are, other than Lesotho. The problem with Lesotho is, as you can see right here, there's not really an abundance of signage. It gets better if you're on the major road, but right here in the middle of nowhere, it's not looking too good. You can sort of help yourself a bit based on what areas of Lesotho are covered and which aren't. And also some areas are covered more extensively than others. What do you have here? General Cafe Titong. Another problem is, I might just be me, but Lesotho, a lot of the town names just sound like or look like normal words in the local language. So it's hard to really get a grasp on which is a town name and which isn't if you don't know the name of the town in and of itself. Well, this is not helpful. This looks like we're not on a major road, which makes me think, just to give you an example, a lot of this area here is covered, and a bit here, a bit around these edges. Down here, there's no coverage at all. There's not pretty much nothing around this area other than the main road. So I'd assume we're probably somewhere in the northwest of the country or in the north. Did I go past the sign? No, the sign's up there. What do we have here? Nothing particularly useful. Did I just imagine that sign? Probably. Okay. Please tell me we're going to get to a major road eventually. Faki. Interesting. Not a town I recognize. Of course not. But might be something to look at later. District Agric Office. Which makes me think we're probably in the capital of the district, if such a thing exists in Lesotho. Probably the biggest town around. Alright, this might be useful. Letseng la Letsie. Yes. Not that I really know exactly what that is telling me, but I feel like that's useful. That there's Letseng la Terai. I'm not sure if that is... not sure if that's just... Like, basically, I'm not sure which part of that town name is representing what. Meaning, Letseng might be something like a river, for example, which would mean that we're close to that river, or the river might be Terai. Or it might just be something entirely different. It's also, it says Rona, not Roma. Well, it's not particularly helpful then. Matza limit loli. Well, let's just continue. These signs usually very unhelpful. Don't really tell you anything. Unless you know where every primary school in Lesotho is located. Phrases Mfaki. Yeah, Mfaki seems to be a decently sized town. Would I be able to find it on the map? I mean, at this point, we might as well give it a try, right? I don't think anything here is covered. So let's look. Where would we look? I know there's a bit of coverage around here, but I'm also pretty sure you'd know if it was because the coverage is a bit weird. I'm gonna have a quick look around here at sort of this zoom level to see if I can find it anywhere. If I can't, it's not a big issue. We'll just continue on. I hope that I'm not particularly blind right now, and I would actually see it if it did show up. But I don't, so let me do one quick check of this area with one more zoom level. It's difficult to get anywhere in Lesotho trying to tell apart different areas. You sort of have the outskirts of Lesotho be relatively low in altitude. And what I mean by low in altitude is about 1,500 meters above sea level, because everything in Lesotho is high in altitude. But the more central parts and sort of the eastern parts here are relatively high. And this looks relatively high, if I had to guess. It's quite hilly and mountainous around here. It's an interesting location, mainly because I've never gotten anything close to this, I think, in either my Reddit League practice or the actual legs. So I'm not really sure where exactly to look. There's a couple of places that I can sort of cross out in my mind because, well, it can't be there, but that doesn't really help me all that much. These kinds of bullets might indicate something. It says 83 here, so let's just look at the next one we find and see if they make any sense. It might just be bog standard kilometer markers. Also, the interesting part about Lesotho as well is that because it's so small, you can get pretty far in a couple of minutes. And we've already been traversing this country for 7 minutes. So we might have traveled through like a quarter of the country in either side, either direction. I mean, what does this say? Does this say anything? It says 86. So yeah, it is probably a kilometer marker. Does that help us in any way? Not really. That's always the problem in countries like this. There's not really a lot you can do other than just click forward, move one step at a time. Maybe you'll find something eventually. And I think this is more entertaining than looking through the map for 10 minutes and maybe finding it, or maybe not finding it because it might not show up on the map. Lesotho is also prone to stuff like that, where certain small villages or even like medium-sized villages don't show up on the map or show up on the map under a different name. What do we have here? Kwali. Probably the river name. It unfortunately looks like a very, very small stream. So the chances of finding that on the map are also pretty limited. What do we have here? This looks sort of like a plateau. I don't know why that stone looked like something to me. Routine maintenance, Moramo Civils Roads Directorate. Doesn't help. These don't help either, but just to show you again. You can remember these names. They won't be on the map. And if they are, well, I've wasted a lot of time. But usually, in 99.9% of the cases, they are. Hantunya. Also unlikely to be of any use, but no, I don't remember seeing that anywhere. Most of these Ha cities aren't on the map, and the few that are like this one, you kind of get to know the names. Here's Waterfall, here's Bethesda. Interesting town names. There's a couple of smaller ones, but most of these don't show up until you zoom in very, very far. So they're kind of useless for us right now. It kind of reminds me of, I want to look at this area over here because I don't think, I'm actually pretty sure I've never gotten a location near here in Reddit League practice, but I know that the area is covered. So given that I don't know the area we're currently in, it sort of oh, there it is. Yep, I was right. Okay. There's Mfaki, and we came from the west, I'm pretty sure. Okay, this is going to be interesting to pinpoint. Oh, this church shows up. Why does it show a church and not a city name? Okay, sort of... This is going to be fun. What do we have here? There's a school here. Kopeli High School. That might be of use. Mopeli High School, excuse me. That might be of use. Because now we actually know the general area. Which of these? This is Omfaki, so we're over here. We might just still be way further over there. It's so hard to accurately judge where we are after you've traveled in Lesotho because you just... It's so hard to get a grasp on how far you've traveled and to what that corresponds to on the map. I mean, this one here says 70, so I think it's fair to assume we've traveled 16 kilometers to the east. Probably around 10 kilometers to the east until we hit Mfaki. But how far is that on the map? Is that roughly 10 kilometers? It doesn't look bad. We also have the information that this right here is relatively curvy, and we actually see quite far here. So this might be a good location to judge this. That's still very close to Mfaki. What about this? Could this be it? It's possible. The main thing I'm looking at here is this curve because it's quite unusual. It goes north and then it turns south here. This also doesn't seem completely unreasonable. There's quite a few houses around here. Mafogel. I think anything beyond here is unlikely. Wait, where do we have our directions? It's north. Okay, let me go back into that curve. It sort of goes north and then turns west a bit. And after that, it's just going northwest a bit, then there's another turn. So it's not this, is it? No, it's not this. This could be it. I also, unfortunately, I don't really know how accurate the map is, which is a slight issue. So imagine I was very far over there. I'd eventually get to a point where it goes south, and I kind of want to check that out. I know I'm like far over the 10 minutes again, but I've said this at the start where I would, if I'm at the stage of pinpointing, I don't really care too much about the time limits I set myself. More useful signs, just to show you. Useless, I mean. None of these will show up anywhere. And it just continues going west. This might be interesting. Go well from Faki Geo 9 Community Council. Go well. Interesting. Okay, it curves around a bit. I'm looking for anything that's very distinctive, where I can say, oh, here we are. And this one could be something like that, because it turns very abruptly. It might be this, actually, which would support my idea of us starting around here. I don't think there's anything else, any other curve over here that fits that, apart from maybe this one. But that doesn't fit with the rest over there. And we've gone pretty much, let me look straight east. We're sort of even there. Not sure about that one. This would look more reasonable for that, but or something like this. So let me just continue. What do we get here? There's another couple of houses around. I want to see how long it takes until we hit that massive turn, or that major turn towards the south. What have we got here? Another primary school. Okay, that is a turn south. Is it major? Not really. And we're going back north. This might give us a better view. There's just a lot of mountains everywhere, as there usually are in Lesotho. Come on, something useful. Sheep. Cool. What does that tell me? That is Halebeloniana. Okay. And here is where it starts going south, presumably. Let me think about this. It goes south here. And then there's a long stretch of road that goes to the west. Potentially here. And that would have to be a sharp turn. If that's true, I'm still on for my current location. But pinpointing in Lesotho is honestly awful. Especially when you start out in the middle of nowhere. Okay, bring me there. Bring me to that corner. What about this corner? That's a sharp. That is this corner. That's finally the first corner where I can guarantee, yep, this is it. All right. I'm not backtracking from here to the start, because that is going to take another 10 minutes. But I've now got that confirmed. So I can be more sure that this is where we start. Now everything I have to do is figure out where this goes. It's a slight curve to the north. It curves down south again, curves up north. The main thing I'm looking for right now is this road. but I don't think I've got it anywhere to the west of me. And this is this turn, presumably. It has to be. But that would mean this would have to be west of me. This is very straight and then it goes south. I'm 99% sure we're here. There's a lot of huts around here that don't really matter. Because I'm not sure which of these are the points on the map. There's this house here, which we're west from, that fits. Oh, it's just this here. Yeah, okay, it's it, yep. All right, that was round one. Could have been better. Could have also been worse. I mean, we got the 5K, so it can always be worse. Ooh, there's a street name here. Magnificent. Something very unusual. All right, this round is not going to take as long. I won't promise the 5K, but it's going to be quicker. Okay, there's the Mohala Tunnel outlet, there's Tabatseka, and there's the Katse Dam. Tabatseka is here. Mohala Dam, actually, that's the Katse Dam. The Mohala Dam is here. Which makes me suspect, where would the Mohala Tunnel outlet be? Where even is the Mohala Tunnel? Who knows? Stack just gonna tell me the same thing? Yes. Katse Lodge. What does that say? Katse Avenue. Yeah, I'm not particularly surprised, but that means we're up here. And the question is, where are we right now? Because that's this major road here. That sort of makes a... Those don't really... We have to be around here. It could be this road where we are right now. Does it have something that continues south? Maybe? I can reasonably see that being the case. If we go north here, there's this which goes up and then goes to the... Yes. To the right direction. Ooh. Okay. This right here and this right here, they would meet up. Around here. This is going pretty straight north. Okay. You start a bit further north and there's a curve here that just doesn't exist. Let's just make it to the dam, just to confirm that this is... Okay. That's probably the dam behind here. This is another side road. Where's the police station? The police station is apparently here, but it only shows up if you zoom out. Is this the police station? Wait. Possibly. Or this down here? Yeah, there's a police car, so this is the police station. There's houses directly south of our road. These two. And we're in front of the northern one, so this has to be it. Yeah, we're guessing here. Okay, close enough. 11 meters. Okay. Still looking good. Round 3. Those are probably like... There's so many animals in Lesotho. Those are probably the most important places to remember in Lesotho is the dams. They help you out quite a bit. Because there's not only if you are at the dams, but there's a lot of signs that point towards them. All right, this looks like a relatively big city, so we should be pretty good to find the general location here. Leribe, Mankwanen. Mangkwaning, yeah. Okay. Leribe is this district or province or whatever it is right here. And the question is, where is Mangkwaning? It goes all the way to down here. But none of them are called Mangkwaning. Which makes me think of another thing. Hlotse. There's a couple countries or a couple languages in which Hlotse itself is called Leribe. Which suggests to me that we are actually in Hlotse. But I'm going to have to see here if that's actually true. Yeah. 100% this is Hlotse. I don't even know what it is, but this area is so distinct that if you've seen it a couple of times, you're like, yep, this can't be anything else. This is Hlotse. And up there, there'll be this thing. So we're further down here. There's an Excel gas station. Does that even show up? I don't think it does. Let me actually go here. It goes straight south again. So this should be this. There's the pharmacy. Is that correctly identifiable as the Hlotse pharmacy? I mean, it's a hair and beauty studio right now. What is that? Looks like a clothing shop. And there's the flourishing hardware. Okay. Let's try a bit further. Can we find anything else here? There is Roads Branch, Ministry of Works. Not great. It turns west here. Pretty sharp turn. The question here is now, where did we start? Let's go back. I'm pretty sure we went south at first. At least I hope we did. We'll get over there. We'll go back north for quite a bit before we eventually come out onto this road here. And that's just after the turn. So after the turn, this road to the south. It's so awful to pinpoint in cities when you've got nothing other than roads here. Okay, this right here is where these two meet up. Right there. We'll go a bit further. We'll find the next intersection. This right here is the next intersection. Then we've got this little turn. We go down there. And there's another curve towards the southwest. So we're here. And we shouldn't be too far away from this. Okay, so we're just north of that on the other side. And this right here. This is this. So let's count houses. This right here. This little house right here is this. This house right here is this, with its little attachment here. Where do we start? We started here. So I can pretty confidently say, if we guess here, let me look on the other side. That is quite a bit further south. So if you guess here, we should get her 5k. Yes, 3 meters, good. Okay, this is going to be easy as well. More butchery. Step more butchery. I always find it really funny in African countries, their usage of English to name certain things. It's even funnier in countries like Kenya, for example, where every second thing is named after God in some way. Sometimes kind of ridiculous naming schemes. Okay. Let me figure out where we are here first. There's lots of signs here, so it shouldn't be too difficult. These are useful signs most of the time if you can read them. Because they're usually projects. And projects, as they are, usually mention where they are done. or where they're being worked on at least. Okay, this side, actually, okay, no, I was gonna say maybe we can read the other sign better from here. Okay, this is interesting. Welcome to Buta Bute. Great. Helpful. Now, Buta Bute is pretty large. But that suggests to me we're on the western edge of it. So we're probably around here. Let me continue on west and I'll figure it. There's red cash and carry. Okay. There's a sizable road that goes north. It could be either this or this. I wouldn't be surprised about either of them. But given the road layout after that, I would think, yeah, and this confirms my thinking, we're closer to here at that point, because then it goes south, and it should just continue going south at this point. No. Interesting. Oh no, it does go. I don't know what I was thinking about. I was looking at something in the distance that looked like a road, but it wasn't apparently, or at least not the main road. What was that? Stop, please. That stop sign looks... I mean, I guess it is bent in the middle. Not the most brilliant design. How does it look from the other side? Oh, it's not even bent. Who designed the sign? I mean, I guess it does its job. All right, let's go back. Okay. Oh, we're right. We started off right here, which probably means... Huh. That's interesting. I can't see that road going north anywhere here. Oh, never mind. I can. The question is it actually that? Because this doesn't necessarily look like a lake, but I might be wrong. I am definitely wrong. It is a lake. So just south here, and here it goes south a bit further. Right where this goes south, there's a couple of buildings. It's hard to judge exactly. But the road continues over this way. This is the road that goes north, so I think we're actually quite a bit further over here. Maybe, actually that could be right, so I'm guessing with that. I say that could be right. That is definitely around the right area. Okay, now this is gonna be heartbreak. Because this is not an easy position to pinpoint at all. We might be able to figure out where we are without too many problems, because it's a relatively well-populated, not well-populated, what am I talking about? It's a relatively major road is what I meant. But unless we find any useful signs here close by. Actually, there's an area this reminds me of, which is up here. Might not be right, but that's just my first instinct. And there's no signs over here either. No, that's just a house. That's not a sign. Not great. I mean, while I'm clicking through this, I can talk a bit about what the next country will be. I'm not entirely sure yet. Usually those community council things aren't particularly helpful as well, or either, because a lot of them don't really show up, or the community name has nothing to do with the city names or anything like that. Is that a sign? Okay, it wasn't. Yeah, next country. I'm pretty sure the next continent is either North or South America. If it's North America, I'm thinking of basically there's one of two things. Either there's one of three things actually. Either I just get the US out of the way because I'm not great at it, or I'm gonna save the US for later to get better at it until I do it, so I can sort of give more helpful clues. Although if you want helpful clues in the US, you should probably watch Chicago doing some US maps. And if I put the US down to sometime later, I don't know. I could do Mexico. I like Mexico in general. In GeoGuessr. Okay. I'll get back to this. Maseru. Probably not Maitlil. Matelile. Something like this. We're probably quite a bit down here. I mean, this looks like the right area of what I was thinking of. Fortunately, the sign is pretty blurry. And I can't read it properly. Put me back a bit. Gaba. Where is that? It could be quite far down here, but I'm assuming that if it was further south than Mafeteng, then we'd see a sign for that. Ralekaka. Could it be over here? No, actually I think... No, I can't say really right now. But this looks like an... Oh. Maseru Mafeteng. I've had this location before. I've had a location where I started in here. Now I need to remember where it was. Was it this one? The road goes... It looks right. Moria. If I remember correctly, I should be. If I zoom in, I'm not able to find anything that says Moria. There is Moria. This is where we are. That looks better. Does it look better? It doesn't look better at all. The road goes this way. Now, actually, I am pretty sure we are here and not in Moria. It also goes over a river. Just to confirm that. Yes, this is definitely where we are. So we're somewhere down here. I don't remember the road going west like this. Okay, it definitely does. Now, it goes quite a while west and then it curves a bit north. How far north? Probably quite a bit. This goes south. I mean, not south, but you know, it has a slight bump in the road before it just continues straight for a while, for a long while, until it eventually curves north again at the end of this right here. Is this the it's just another slight bump and then it curves south actually. This could be right here where we are right now, which would put our starting position. Phew. Unless we're here. There's a lot of houses around here. And there is this, but that just looks like one road straight to the north. After this, we're curving more towards the northeast. This could generally be where we are right now. More towards the northeast, and the next thing we do is take the eventual curve towards the north. So yeah, this is where we are right now, which pretty much confirms to me that this is right about where we start. If I go north here, is this the roads? Or is it this over here? It's this. Yes. Oh God. How do I... Ooh. This This is gonna be a very important pinpoint. Where is it? This is exactly where the roads start. How many clicks is that to the east? Can't be far. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22. 22 until here. What else can I do here to help me out? If I'm here, I can see some of the houses. But do I see all of them? Definitely not. There's just nothing to help me here. Okay. If I go from here, let's just try this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. It brings me to about this house right here. My main problem here is, does that show up on the map? It could be this one. If I look south here, there's a complex of houses over there which could match up with this one. So we're about the same distance away. Do I have the same distance here? I think this is about as good as it's gonna get. If I look... I can't match up with the north here because there's this car in the way. But there's a house that's the furthest most to the west house here. Good. That could be that one though. I have to go closer, I think. Let me think about, is there anything else closer? Or is it this one? Whatever this is. I hesitate to call that a house. Oh, it is actually a house. That, I don't know what that is. Most of these are broken. I'm pretty sure these are these two. So no, it has to be further west a bit. Do we go for it? Is this too close? Let me look one more time. The curse starts in about 50 meters. I'm gonna go further away. I think this... There's the house. I think this is about right. I really want to go a bit further away, but I can't bring myself to do it. Actually, you know what? Just looking at, there is no house. There's one house over there. It's the furthest away. That's pretty straight north from here. I'm gonna go a bit further away. Am I gonna stick it there? One more slight bit here. Okay, that's what we're gonna go with. And I'll just hope that this is good enough. Yes. There we go. 7 meters. That was tense. Okay. Good that I trusted reasoning and kind of my gut at the end there and went a bit further away. I'm not even sure. Let me just check that. Wait, before I check that, I'll show you the 25k. I'll show you the path vlogger and everything. Whew. Okay, yeah, I walked quite a distance here. Walked all the way over here until I realized, okay, I should check this area just based on the fact that I haven't seen this before. And then I saw Mfaki pretty quickly. And then I had to travel all the way over there until I was able to pinpoint it clearly. So, yeah, I mean, I was obviously exaggerating a bit when I said a quarter of the country earlier, but just look at how big of a distance that is in comparison to the country. Then for this one, yeah, I traveled quite a distance, but it wasn't too bad. As soon as I made it to a location that I was familiar with, I made the rest until it came down to the pinpointing relatively easy. This easy round in Lhotse, I didn't even realize that we were in like at the southernmost point of the city, but that helped at the end in pinpointing. This one, obviously another easy round. It helped even more when I realized, okay, we are at this intersection. But yeah, generally easy to find the right location, very easy to pinpoint once you figured it out. And then we have that round over here, which it honestly, I wasn't confident when I clicked guess on that one, mainly because there was just not a lot here. Pretty much the only thing that made me go, okay, it's definitely this, was seeing the police station there. Yeah, but the road didn't match up quite as I would have hoped, but these two buildings as well made me confident in the end. So, yeah, we gotta look at this. First person to 25k this map, nice. And now let me do this. I want to see exactly how far away I would have been. Where did I even guess? I guessed roughly around here. How far is that? That's 80 meters. That would have definitely not been full points. Basically, I was this much away from the right location. And I was definitely tempted to guess around this area for a bit there. But I'm really, really glad I didn't. And now we can finish this video by looking at this screen of me on top. And I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope I'll see you guys next week for the next round of the 25Ks. Thanks for watching. See you guys. Bye.